what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be installing the man-in-the-box intake for the Honda NAVI, and went ahead and removed the air box and wanted to show you some of the things that I went ahead and did before taking apart the carb. I've already shortened the crankcase breather hose, and that hose was kind of just sticking out here, and didn't really know what to do with it, so I shortened it up right where it connects, cover for the engine, and gonna pop that in once I get the carb out of there and rejetted and put back in. And then for the back, there's this transmission vent hose, and it kind of just dangles out here, so I shortened it, and I put one of those gas cap vent check valves on there, so it can vent and no transmission fluid come out. And obviously I went ahead and removed the rear fender. With that rear fender off, you have this real ugly bracket that's hanging off the exhaust. So till I get an exhaust in, I'll probably go ahead and do that, remove this. And the last thing I did was came onto the right side of the bike, and right by this hose holder, I cut the plastic cover on the engine to gain access to this bolt on the right side of the bike for the carb. So yeah, that's some of the things I've done so far. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the carb, put the new jets in, and throw it back together. Alright, got the carb on the bench, and gonna use my JIS screwdriver. These are a little bit better screwdrivers for messing with carbs, so I'll put a link in the description of this. It's a number 2 tip, but let's go ahead and get this taken apart. Clean off the flathead tip just so I'm not getting any debris in here. And we'll throw the 88 in since I have a stock exhaust on there. 35, and we're going to be installing the 38. Alright, let's go ahead and throw it back in. And before I put the new intake in, I wanted to compare the weight of the factory air box versus this new intake. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, here's the factory air box. 2.25 pounds. And then when you factor in the rear fender, they're 3.3 pounds. Alright, there's the new parts. And then it's at just a hair over 1 pound. So that's over 2 pounds weight savings with the new intake when you factor in the rear fender. I also wanted to talk about the color. I went with the gray because it matched the box, and it matches it perfectly. So thought it would look good. So let's go ahead and throw it on. Alright, I went ahead and washed out the hose just to make sure there was nothing in it. Alright, well, ran into a little issue with the hose clamps. 2 out of 3 work. So luckily I did have a spare one that was the perfect size around, so that was cool. Cool. All right. But here's the bike with the air filter on. I think it looks pretty clean. But let's open up the garage here and see how she sounds. You can hear the suction a little bit. We'll let it warm up for a second. That sounds way better. Well, I appreciate you guys watching the install of the intake. I will have a 0 to 40 time comparison and the top speed, see if it makes any difference. Once it obviously, if you look outside here, I'm not going to be doing that today, but yeah, overall I'm really happy with it. But thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.